Let's look at doing a concrete repair here on this highway using Kaufman's Sure Epoxy HMLV with Sure Epoxy mortar aggregate mixed in. And we'll talk a little bit about why we want to use this product. A, because of the epoxy's adhesion qualities in this thin repair, along with its strength that we need for this highway traffic. And we need some flexural movement out of it so it's not too brittle as well. So here's what we need. We have our Sure Epoxy HMLVA component in the larger can, our Sure Epoxy HMLVB component in our smaller can. We're going to mix those two together in the large can first, and then we'll add our Sure Epoxy mortar aggregate, which is the right type of an aggregate for this repair that we're doing. Alright, so now we're ready. We're going to take our component B and put it into our can with the component A. And then we're going to begin to mix the A and the B together. Going to do this for about 4 to 5 minutes. And once we're done mixing thoroughly, it's going to start to cure. And that cure is going to take 30 minutes plus. So it gives us time to use it as a primer on our repair and also to get it mixed in with our mortar aggregate. And that's what's going to create our concrete repair. Now back to our concrete repair area. Prior to putting down our totally mixed material, we're going to take that HMLV and we're going to coat it down with a paintbrush, just like you would paint, over top of the area that's going to be repaired with the patch. And this is going to help our bond and adhesion to the concrete. One note here for this project is we want to make sure that the primer coat does not set up. So we have about 30 minutes to get our repair patch down on top of it before it starts to set. Now we can take the HMLV, pour it into a 5-gallon pail, and begin to add the mortar aggregate and mix with a high-speed paddle mixer and allow the aggregate to be encapsulated by the HMLV epoxy until it's thoroughly mixed, typically about 3 to 5 minutes. So we have time now to put our material down into the primed areas. The concrete's been primed with HMLV, still tacky. And our applicator is now putting the mixed Sure Epoxy HMLV with mortar aggregate down into the repair areas and then working it over with a trowel to finish it. Again, why do we use this product? Because it adheres well. It's got some flexural movement, so when traffic goes over top of it, it can move and not break or be brittle, if you will. The other part of the whole thing is that adding that mortar aggregate allows the epoxy to be very close to the same coefficient of expansion as the concrete, which means that it moves at the same rate. So when we get into freeze-thaw conditions, it moves much like the concrete will and will not pop or degrade. And of course, this has got to be able to take traffic and be abrasion resistant. And here's a nice little close-up of just the texture of it. It's just a little rough, and that's fine here. It doesn't have to be real pretty, it has to perform.